The threat by both the federal government on its no work, no pay policy and a counter-reaction by the Nigerian Labour Congress on its no pay, no work stance is set to drag the country into another worse economic crisis, one that will no doubt worsen the hardship Nigerians have been grappling with for some time now. These are the reactions of Nigerians on the impending face-off as they advise government to always keep to its promise, at the same time advising Labour not to always embark on unnecessary strike actions at the slightest default by government.
I feel the federal government should meet the demand of the Labour, because if that is not done, the new set of people that will come will face the same challenge. So the first thing they need to do is to ensure that they address that issue, what the Labours are agitating for. Then on the side of the Labour, I understand that they have been disappointed so many times, but I feel there should be a compromise between both of them so that the nation can move forward.
Naturally, a laborer deserves a wage. If you say after working for you, you will not pay me, well, at least nature demands that you must pay me. But if you are being maltreated for not doing your work, but naturally you have to do your work for you to be paid. But if you don't do your work, you can't expect anything from anybody.
Before federal government came up with the policy of no work, no pay, it was necessitated because of the recent gale of strike we experience in this country. Some are politically motivated, some has the undertone of some cabal, some strike were instigated. For instance, the strike of the national residence doctors. Imagine a doctor that is on strike diverting patients to his own personal hospitals. And at the end of the day, when the issue was completely resolved, he will still collect the money for the period for which he was not doing anything. So if other government come up with that policy, I think is worthy of it in order to stem the tide of unnecessary strike.
If you are calling your members out to say we are going to strike for 5 days, then you should be ready to bear that cost of causing the strike, because they must have been doing monthly contributions for you and you are expected to have invested that money. So when you call out a strike, you should be ready to finance it. Not only that, it makes labor more responsible. You have to have a responsible labor union, not the one that is destructive, not the one that calls out strike at the easiest, at the slightest snap of the finger. And secondly, the issue of no pay, no work. Now, on the other side of the coin, if people are working, they deserve their wages. Promptly, there must be a payday in which a worker looks up to that small amount is expected to receive. If you don't pay people when they are supposed to be paid, I don't think you are fulfilling your own contract of that your agreement.
Nigerians have called on both parties to shed their swords and embrace dialogue as the only civilized means of resolving the crisis for the interest of peace. Because, as the proverbial saying goes, when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. The grass in this context being the poor and helpless masses and downtrodden in the country. Emmanuel Hijne, PTV News.